All right, what's up guys? Welcome back to the channel. In a few videos that I have been out, you've seen I was using a live well. So today's video is about how to set it up. I talked to a friend of mine and we came up with a good idea on multifunctional live well with a pickup tube being there, pick up water while you're running, recirculation, and as well as it picks up fresh water while you at anchor or you drift fishing. As you all know, being out there in the hot temperatures in the summertime, bait will die due to high content of pneumonia and salt settling down and everything. So it was in our best interest to come up with the design to where you can actually pick up fresh water while running and then being able to pick up fresh water while at anchor. As I said, we came up with a good idea, good design. I believe it's one of the best designs out there. And that is why I want to go ahead and share with you on how I made it and take you along for the build for you to see. If you have some ideas on how to do it perhaps differently or add another function to where you can use only one pump, I am all ears and be happy to hear you out. Let's go ahead and build this thing, and we'll do a demonstration on how it works in the shop. And then, yeah, in the future, I'll just be using LIVEBAIT, no longer buying any. So let's go ahead and get it going. All right, guys. So as you can see, I have chosen a Magellan 30-gallon cooler, isolated dry box and all that. Now, here are the things that you will need. You will need bulkheads, 2 of those. You'll need some brass fittings, 3/4, PVC 90, 3/4, some Teflon tape, tap. Then this right here is the hose for your quick pickup tube. Okay, and I'll show you where that will hook up in a demonstration. And then in the cooler. Then also here is the Atwood. As you can see, Atwood, we got 5-gallon pump for a live well, and this is all it comes with. So you will use most of it, but not all of it. Now, this is right here. This is going to be our 3/4 to 3/4 coupling there. This right here, I don't remember the name of it, but it's quick connect for the hose. You will need 1 of those. Right here, you can pick it up at Home Depot. These right here you can pick up at Lowe's, and these are 3/4 bulkheads. Now, also, yeah, you'll need a drill and a bunch of other great stuff, and a live well, of course. Don't forget your box. Anyway, let's go ahead and start putting this thing together, and yeah, let's see what happens. All right, guys, so let me show you the live well pickup. I have set it up for picking up some water while on plane, while running. As you can see, some PVC tubing here, 1/2 inch, and then we have a valve, plastic valve. This right here, I didn't know what I was gonna do yet, so I left myself a little extension to use if necessary. But right here, you run it when you on plane, water comes in, you can control it run in, and all that great stuff, pumping, circulating, everything like that. I usually leave this open or closed while I'm getting to the spot. Before I get there, I'll open it, it'll fill it up. Therefore, it will actually purge the pump. And then, yeah, just turn on the pump and it'll start circulating the water and picking up fresh water. So let's go ahead and start getting going here. As you can see, guys, I already drilled out a hole here, cut the section out for the pump. The reason for the cutout is I wanted my pump to be inserted in instead of, you know, protruding way out, making the cooler all bulky. This way it makes it easier to transport empty and take it out of the rack for the cooler. I'm gonna go ahead and start putting this together, and I'll show you how we do this. So first things first, we're gonna need to do is we need to take our pump. Now, if you have a battery charger with one of these, you will need it. That makes it nice and easy to connect. You can put some grease on there and it won't corrode, and it'll last you a little longer. Anyway, first we're gonna do the 90, and what we have to do is we have to actually drill a hole in this 90 right over here. and insert one of these. This is going to go to the hose in order to pick up water when you drop it over to the side. So let's go ahead. I'm going to do this, and then we're going to start assembly. So there it is. We have it drilled and tapped. Now let's get our Teflon tape. I don't like to glue things simply because if I ever need to take it off or modify, I can do that very easily without having to break anything else or take anything else off, or replace. So there it is. Just a little bit of Teflon tape. Peel back the edges, and then let's go ahead and tighten that in place. There's that. All right, so from here, it's nice and easy. I'm gonna do a bit of Teflon tape on here. Good. Oh yeah, by the way, this is the pump that we're going to be using. We're going to use a Tsunami 500, right? So that part is done. Now all we got to do is just get our bulkhead right over here. So one righty-tighty. These are going to be lap thread. So what we're going to do is we're going to take that off, put a gasket on here. And then after that, we need to assemble this too. See, just to make sure. Okay, so now this one. I'm going to use this one. This one for the other application. So there's that. Now, I'm gonna also put Teflon on here, this way to make sure that really nothing leaks. This is the left thread, so we gotta go the other way. Just like that. And let's go ahead and insert this bad boy in here. So there's that. Now, as you can see, let me show you. As you can see in there, okay. The rubber goes on the outside. This piece goes on the inside. Now, these bulkheads, you will have to, they will have a lip like this, right? On the other side, as you can see there, you'll have to cut it off, sand it down, or whatever you got to do to make it flat. Once you make it flat, it'll pinch this piece of plastic here to the wall and compress with the rubber. So that will help out a lot. And just tighten it up. right, so pump is in place. Now, this right here, what this is going to actually work for the screen. We're going to install the screen over it. So here's the screen. We'll put that in there. Then we got this little guy. Now this little guy is, you'll have to actually drill a hole through it when you get it. So you'll come out through one of these openings here, drill in an angle, and then here. The reason for this little hole is it actually reduces the water flow through the pump, creates enough flow to recirculate. However, then it forces water to come in through that little brass fitting. So now let's see, and as you can see, it actually fits perfect in here. So all right, and then yeah, once it does that, it also injects air into the system through the pump. So I like to make it a little snug, so this way I am sure getting the air water flow that I need. So what we're going to do is we're going to make sure that it stays in there and kind of plugs the water, because the water flow that we're getting through this hole here is the only thing that we need. So just like that. All right, so let's put this in. Hand tight, no problem. This piece here, you can put it to the bottom. This way it doesn't pick up any dirt or anything, any dirt or grime. And then this piece is also 3/4 threaded. It just goes over that. And the cool part about it is the further you spin it in, it actually going to smash that part in and prevent it from falling out. So there it is. So we got that set up. This is inside, and we are basically done on the inside. Now, the second bulkhead that we got here, guys, is going to actually go through this hole on top. That's going to go from the pump up, around, and into here. So yeah, let's get some Teflon on this. As I said already, it doesn't really matter if you have any, what do you call it, any leaks in here or anything like that, especially on a jet ski, because what's going to happen, that pump system that we're going to start installing, it's actually going to pick up more than enough water to actually fill this cooler all the way to the brim, to the top, to where even when you're running on a jet ski, it doesn't kill your bait, because it will actually pressurize the water in here. There will be no slushing, no air, and that will allow your bait live longer. So let's go ahead and get this guy in here, just like that. Again, you will have to do exact same thing in this. You'll have to trim it off. It'll look like that. You'll trim it off, cut it, polish it. Then you'll have another one of these guys right here. So, as a matter of fact, we can actually change the locations of them, because at this point it doesn't really matter. So we can take the rubber piece, this rubber that it comes with, we can take it off of here if you wanted to, and we can put it to the inside. So just like that. Put plastic on the outside, insert, put rubber on the outside, that. As a matter of fact, I don't even need this guy on the outside. So there you go. Matter of fact, I want to put a little more Teflon on here. Especially on the edge. Okay, that's done. Now, you will need to, when you get this pump, it's actually going to be like this. All right, and the piece that we insert in here is actually going to be in there. So we don't really need it because what it'll do is actually just dump water in. I'm not looking to control the flow because the flow is actually more than plenty. So what we got to do is we got to put this in here. Yeah, you can make it look prettier and everything, so it's up to you what you do from there on. But once you do this, just hand tighten it. And do exact same thing to this unit here, this piece. Just like that. Oh, and by the way, yes, this right here, what this is for is actually, it'll actually inject air, and I'll show you. So water comes in, under pressure, it flows pretty quickly, comes out, and that pressure actually sucks in air through the 1/4-inch hose that will go through here and out to the side. So what we need to do now is we need to install this on the back end, right here. So let's go ahead and do that. Boom, that's ready to go. Now, next step is the hose. That's right. You will have this guy in the kit. So one end goes, and you'll have clips like these. So you'll put a clip on. Yep. And then you'll have this guy. This is what's gonna go right here. This end goes in here. Just like that. And this end will go like this, and it will go in here like so. You can use pliers, whatever you want to use, and then just click it one more time. There we go. Now it's locked. So it's good this way, it's good this way. Basically, you guys, now what we're gonna do, remember I told you about this little spot right here? We're gonna take our 1/4-inch hose, like this 1/4-inch hose right here, and then we're gonna insert it in there. And that's going to give us extra air. Then through here to the inside, just like that. And then as you can see right there, there's a little hole there. We're gonna do this. We're gonna fit this and go to the outside, just like that. And that's it. So it'll take air from the outside. As pressure goes out, we'll dump it in here, and we're injecting air in there. Now, I also took a little access piece that I had left over from this hose here, heat it up, and what I did with it is, just for channeling the flow of the water, just put that on like so, and you can have it facing down like that. So there will be no problems. So there you have it, guys. This is ready to go. We're going to put it on a jet ski, fill it up with water, and do a small little demonstration on how it works. All right, so yeah, guys, almost forgot something very important. Silicone hose, or hose, any really hose, we're gonna have to hook up right here. So just like that. Cool. And LiveWell actually ready to go on a jet ski. We're down here I'm going to go ahead and install the rack, get the live well on there, get everything set up and situated, and fill up some water, and I will show you how it actually works. So let's do this. All right, guys, so here it is. As promised, we're gonna hook up the live well. Our pickup tube is actually right here. Before I used to use this guy right here that I made. It used to mount there, and basically, I don't know if you can see this or not, but let me show you. So basically, it used to sit right there, and you see this little nipple. It used to be sticking out. Now, I didn't really like that idea simply because, God forbid, you're on the water, you run across a log. If you run across a log and you hit it, that, it will rip it out. It'll rip this out, and then you got, a bunch of water coming in inside. Anyway, so yeah, this right here, I mean, it was good while it was working, but I didn't like it. So what I did, I instead made a trim tab. I'll show you some pictures later. There's a trim tab, and over here, as you can see, that little coupling there, that's my new pickup tube. This is just a quick water connector. So what you do is you put it on there, and then there you go. And it goes and clicks on, and there is no air going through or anything like that. Once you have that on, you can then reroute your hose. In my case, I run it through here like so. Just like that. Through the top, and then beside the cooler. This way. And of course, there we go. This way. There. And then we hook it up. Once this is on, it's going to let water in through the hose, back this way, in and in and in, and right here. Now I put a little sliding, as you can see there, I put a little slider thingy. So this way, if needed, I can actually have it to where it doesn't pinch the hose. Anyway, there you go. There's that part. So yeah, it was good while it was working. Didn't like the idea, changed it. So for right now, this is what we got. Now, as you can see, the cooler here, big cooler. Then we got a little live well. Now, if you remember, I was talking about getting a smaller one, and I really like this right here, this compartment. It's a dry box. The reason for that is because I could actually put my switch in here. My batteries go underneath. It's all sealed off. So you just pop that little blue tab open. Then you have your connector for your water, for your pump, and the batteries underneath. And then you have your switch right here. You have your switch. Let me show you how it works. So you take your plug. You take your plug and you plug in, just like that. You plug in your. You plug that in. Then you can take your extra wire or extra cable, whatever you want to call it. You can put it in here like so. Just bend it over. There, you heard it. It came on. But yeah, you can extra wire. Just drop it in there. Close it. Boom. Water doesn't get in. Then you're ready to go. Now, when you're out there and you're starting to fish and all of this stuff, you can actually go ahead and you can see now why we have this little red hose here. This little red hose is our pickup for water. It's going to siphon water. I filled this up with water. It's going to siphon from here, and it's going to go into the live well. Only way this is going to work is if you already have some water in here, which I was talking about the pickup tube while running. You can open up a valve. You open up this valve right here, just like that, and the water will start coming in from the speed. So I'm gonna put a little bit of water in there, and then after that, I will show you how it works. All right, guys, as you can see, I filled up water. So we have 2 gallons of water there. Now, when I am running on a jet ski, I usually have my red tube right here inside the live well, just like that, simply because that will actually cause a circulation of the water. Now, if you lower the tube while you're fishing, or if you're running, you can actually leave it overboard or lay it back here like this or some stuff like that. As you can see, water start coming off. All right, so here, let me show you. Okay, what that will do for you is that will actually drain the water while you are moving. Okay, while you're moving, it can run off and all of that. So here you go, right here. This is normally the way I keep it, is inside. And yes, the lid would be closed, but let's go ahead and turn it on so I can show you better. So there it is. So we got water pumping. The pump is purged. As you can see, water starts coming in and then it starts coming out. There we go. All right, so at this point, yes, we got a little extra oxygen coming through here, air. It's pumping air through here, and then it's pumping it in there. However, if you look and see, once it starts pumping air in, that means that the pump is actually picking up air. Once air is on, that's fine. We can just drop it in here, and it's going to actually purge itself. Watch. There it goes. There it is. So once it's purged, it's actually pumping water from here, from the bucket, and I'm gonna keep it so you guys could see better. But you can see the level of the water is actually dropping. It's getting water from here, from the bucket, which is your fresh water, while you're sitting out there and fishing. And then through this hose, it takes it into the pump, and the pump creates a vacuum, and then it pumps it inside. That's right. So now you have fresh ocean water coming in into your live well. So as you can see, it pumped down quite a bit already. If you have extra water in there, meaning when you're fishing and it fills it up all the way, you can open this valve, and these holes right here will actually work as a runoff. So it'll go into the green hose and back out. So as you can see, that didn't take very long for that bucket to be almost empty. I would say probably a minute, minute and a half. It takes about 2 gallons to pump up. Yep. If you think about it, you actually, while you're running, you pick up fresh water. While at anchor, it's done. There, it's done. While you're running and you're fishing, you can actually drop this red hose in the water. It'll pump fresh water in and then run off. Personally, in my case, I don't care where the runoff is, because if it's in the foot well, if it's in here, it's actually not bad, because it, on a hot summer day, it feels good to actually have some water in your foot well. But anyway, yeah. So it finished off pumping off water. There it is. As you can see, there, it's done. Once it's in the air, it's not gonna do anything, but once you drop it in, it's gonna self-purge. And once it does that, watch, there he goes, and that's it. Again. So normally what I would do is I'll have that hose in here, because again, like I said, I want to pressurize all the way top to the top, and I'll show you. Let me get some more water in here real fast. Okay. And I'll demonstrate what it'll do. Go ahead, get some water in here. All right, that's enough. pumps it from here, puts it in here. So watch. It's going to fill this up all the way. We're going to close this so I can show you what it does. The cooler now should be full to the brim, and you're still picking up water, but it'll start leaking out. Yep, I think it's on that side, so let's take a look at it on this side. So yeah, your cooler is actually full of water right now, as it is. So we're gonna open it up just to check it out, okay? So check it out. It's full to the brim, it's still circulating, it's still pumping, and your bait doesn't die. Nobody wants dead bait. So as you can see, guys, good design. Personally, I really like it. It works really well for me, and I hope this helps somebody to make their own live well. So thanks for watching, guys, and we'll have some more content coming your way. Stay tuned. Bye.